See? You only need that 10% of the story to be true.
The last thing he said was really scary.
So many unanswered questions about en route. He has to be tied to Assad Pramod somehow. But our leads at the tavern have run their course. Let's go pay a visit to another expert next. Oh. Speak of the devil. Only a Cienjo general could have arranged something like this, I suppose.
I'm surprised as well. You've only just left Amphorius, and already you've managed to draw the attention of another Lord Ravager.
Miss Ron May? And Miss Ting Yoon?
We're here by General Yao Guang's request. It seems we arrived just in time.
At first, I only came because the Shenzhou extended an invitation, and it seemed impolite to refuse. Now that I'm here, I see it was well worth the trip. So, let me get to the point. Ouroboros has long been dead. Their death was merely buried beneath layers of secrecy.
Hardly surprising. They disappeared after the swarm disaster, and there are many different opinions on where they went. The Intelligentsia Guild claims the Veracity ate their fill and entered hibernation. I don't buy it. Those scholars are fond of post-meal naps themselves, likely just projecting their own habits.
You seem surprisingly calm, which makes sense. After all, the shadow in your right hand is evidence as well. Why don't you tell everyone what happened to the Galaxy Rangers back on Von Wak?
Von Wak?
Sprightly Von Wak. I've heard there's a particular phenomenon that occurs on that rainforest planet. Plants multiply and grow and are then harvested like wild grass. A cycle repeating every few days. Almost identical to the Phantasm Moon.
But how are the two connected? When you hear plants and growth, shouldn't that make you think of a Huh?
It seems you figured it out. By coincidence, abundance is another thing the two worlds have in common.
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Ashvale. No. Leader of the Rangers, Mr. La Mancha. Perhaps you could explain this to our nameless friend?
Back on Von Wak, I'd already long since stopped being a ranger. Your conjecture is basically correct, Miss Ron May. You're not the only genius to take life as a subject of study. By the time I arrived, the atavistic experiment was already approaching its final phase. Dr. Primitive had set his sights on an ancient Leviathan. Beneath Von Wak's surface, there also lay the remains of the Veracity.
You stopped him.
The Rangers stopped him. Back then, Mr. N was still human.
Now, deep beneath Ahantopia, another corpse of the Leviathan lies buried. If I'm not mistaken, there are countless other worlds carrying out the same ritual. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, suppressed it with abundance, siphoned the power of the Path of Veracity, and called it a game. This is what people call the Phantasm Moon game.
Uh-huh. Why would they do such a thing?
You may remember, the Express once delivered a Leviathan's carcass to me. That wasn't the only one in my collection. By arranging remains from different eras in sequence, I discovered something rather intriguing. At a certain moment over 1,000 Amber eras ago, just as Akivili began traveling in pursuit of their right, all creations of the Veracity lost the same organ. Their taste buds.
What does that?
The purpose of consumption changed. Be they spawns, depth crawlers, or void-song whales, their genetic markers encoding gustatory organs vanished entirely. Creatures walking the path of Veracity became nothing more than biological black holes. This was not natural evolution. Through the simulated universe, I identified the point of divergence in history. A concept had disappeared from the path of Veracity. Consider this. What do taste buds provide?
Yummy flavors?
Precisely. Savoring something's aftertaste is an act of elation.
So Aha stole the original Primum Mobile of the Veracity?
The simulated universe proves nothing on its own, but the primal desires of life have always been entangled. Think of it as my intuition. The conflict between the eons of elation and veracity stretches all the way back to primordial times.
How many people know about this?
There used to be 2. I only told Yu Qing 2. Now, there are 5. After this, I can't be sure.
Exploit the old conflict between Aha and Ouroboros to ignite a divine war, or allow intersecting paths to devour one another. Of the 3 known ways to kill an Eon, the Arcadia fulfills at least 2. Now who still thinks Asat Pramod is here on vacation?
But you still haven't explained where it came from.
Oh, you mean the shadow? It has nothing to do with Funwalk.
Oh?
Call it a twist of fate. This isn't my first encounter with the Astral Express, nor my first time dealing with a Lord Ravager when my home was destroyed by Zulo. I had a brief encounter with a former...
A navigator of the Express?
Yes. Starseer, I see. He'd already retired by then. He was the one who told me about the Shadow. According to IC, it was one of many remnants left behind when the Express first carved paths along the edges of the continent. I led the Rangers to suppress the Shadow, and devised the plan to assassinate Zulo. But I never learned why it was there in the first place.
Don't you find it strange, Mr. Ashvale?
Strange?
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences. Like an experiment with results that are too perfect, it's enough to send a chill down your spine. If you don't mind, let's walk through the whole thing once more. Earlier, what did you 2 uncover in the tavern?
Someone suspected to be Asat Pramod knew about the Veracity's secret. Before disappearing, he said he was headed for the end of the world.
And then? Who did he say the Shadow belonged?
A former navigator. The Shadow was a remnant left behind when he charted the cosmos.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then where is it?
I don't know if anyone can answer that question. Not even Akivili. Wait. Don't tell me.
En route only goes where he isn't welcome. After leaving the tavern, he went to the Astral Express.
The detective game is over. I have to say, not many people can make me change my plan. Whether in the past or present, you've always been one of them.
So, it is you.
You know how it is, kid. I've always enjoyed arriving uninvited.
Pearl said she would arrange a ferry to pick us up at the Seafeld City. The place we're going to holds clues about Graphia? Really?
It is an honor to, well, shall I say, be of service to you again. To be honest, when Madame Pearl invited you to visit the Perlux Tower, I was supposed to be your guide. I ended up being replaced by a total fraud. My name is Feld. By order of Madame Pearl, I will be escorting you to your destination. You are too kind. I followed the battle in Seafeld City very closely. Serving a hero such as yourself is a true privilege. I assume Madame Pearl has already briefed you on our destination? I see. It so happens that Madame Pearl is tied up with an unforeseen event, so allow me to brief you in her stead. The destination of our boat journey is a hotel known as Inkford Hermitage. It is situated at the end of a Dovebrook tributary that ultimately flows into the sea. It is one of the points where the world in canvas intersects with reality.
Yes, to be precise, she lived there 1,000 years ago. Legend says the miraculous encanvassing of the mortal world happened there. Would Madame Pearl, a die-hard fan, pass up a sacred site like that? Word is that Madame Pearl just flicked her wrist, signed a check with an astronomical figure, and bought the whole plot of land. She also snatched up every single piece of Graphia's lost works she could find without bothering to verify their authenticity. Whew, I guess money really does let you do whatever you want. That's not even the half of it. I don't know where her, but all they could find were I bet her reaction went something like this. Object.
You! I remember you! You're that fraudster from Perlux Tower!
Perlux Tower? I've never set foot in that place in—
Oh, I know it's you! I've seen the footage! You're wearing the exact same outfit!
Oh, a slip-up in an otherwise perfect plan. Relax. Your job is safe this time.
Cut it out, you scoundrel! You can't talk your way out of this. Who exactly are you?
This is the author of Fluffy Across the Blue. Blurry QR cult.
Huh. My apologies. How rude of me. Miss Colt, it's an honor to finally see the face behind the work. Please pardon my yelling. I didn't...
No. It's only normal for a famous comic artist to travel with bodyguard.
Miss Blurry QR cult, let's be clear. You are being transported under escort. Your current credit balance is in the negative. Madame Pearl has offered you a lifeline by asking you to complete the next volume of the Fluffy.
Whoa, this is not my fault. Remember Alloy King Pom Pom from Perlux Tower? I tried to put everything on Pearl's tab, but she found out and charged it back to me. Who knew a figurine could be so expensive? It cost me more than my entire savings. I went all in on learned coins. There goes my licensing fees. I lost every single penny.
So you're escorting her to, shall we say, an intensive creative retreat?
Correct. The objective is to deliver the manuscript and clear her debts. The estimated duration is 56...
Hear that? It's not a hotel. It's hell. Where you get whipped for not finishing your scripts on time.
The boat has arrived. When you're ready, let's begin our journey to Inkford Hermitage. Please, mind your step as you board. We have arrived. This is the snowy shore of the canvas world, Inkford Hermitage.
Are those Wispae floating on the water?
Mighty Fish Power! Mighty Superstar!
Oh dear, there are so many Wispae. They are blocking the boat's route. But no need to panic. Please follow my lead.
We have now arrived at Hermitage Port. Please make sure
A safe docking. For a second, I thought we were going to hit an iceberg or something. They probably sensed your wish power. You are the Phantasm Moon Games superstar, no? Look, one's trying to hitch a ride on you. Must have been when we came ashore. Oh, what a devoted fan.
Everyone, welcome to Inkford Hermitage.
I was imagining a Benzai Tengoku-style manor, or something. So you demolished your idol's old residence and replaced it with a luxury...
Of course not. Benzai Tengoku vanished more than 1,000 years ago. The original structure is long lost to time. The IPC only chose this location because this is one of the weakest points between reality and the world in Canvas. Many Imaginae are born every day, but just as many... This is the final stop before they enter the world in Canvas, and this is where they bid farewell to reality. They rest here, organize memories spanning centuries, and then pass beyond the point of no return. Rumor has it that Graphia's soul appears from time to time to guide these weary Imaginae on their path.
There's a sense of parting in the air. No wonder the soul of the mother of Imagenesis feels an attraction for a creator. This must be the finest well of inspiration.
Miss Colt, now that you're in this well too, you ought to make the most of it. Let's go. I'll lead the way.
Bring down the house!
All's revealed in the final.
Is that...
Ah, the golden tree in the distance. We call it Myriad Wish Grove. It's said that it shares the same lineage as the sacred trees on the floating island of Seafeld and the Phantasm Moon courtyard. Before entering the canvas, the Imaginae go there to return their wishes, setting out unburdened. We have arrived. The hotel staff will take over from here. I'll take my leave.
Oh, it's freezing. It's cold enough for a typical snowstorm mansion murder mystery. Anyone here? Here. Hello?
Honored guests, my apologies for the late welcome.
Oh, no wonder it's so cold. It's an actual snow wispy. Hello there, little one.
I am the lobby manager, Casper. You have a very high body temperature. Please, try not to overheat the...
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the popular comic artist, Blurry...
the former comic artist, Miss Nyla.
Oh, my true name is gone, just like that. Oh wait, did you say former?
The big shots upstairs gave me a heads up. You are now an asset of Perlux Corp. You'll be staying here until you finish your next volume. Every guest in this hotel is an Imaginé with quite a hit. That Arcadian over there? That's a former superhero.
Which one? Never...
That one over there is one of the oldest strangelings. They're a former Kappa.
A Kappa? Didn't that lineage of Imaginé go extinct when the IPC first arrived?
There are still a few survivors that slipped through the net. As for Casper and myself, I am a former frost giant. Little old me was once a tall...
So you're basically an antique who knows a bunch of old...
From a block of ice. It is sad how a giant block of ice melts into tiny pieces over time. I have forgotten the names of most of my friends. Sightings of Lady Graphia are as common as the snowflakes here. Ever since the news spread that her soul would reside at the hotel, all those Imaginé who mimic her and the weirdos who insist they have a connection to her have flocked here. You see, they all claim they have some sort of connection to her, or hold some secret about her.
I bet they're just trying to scam people out of wish power and credits.
You're not wrong. But whenever the higher-ups ask for a report, little old Casper here can always pad it out and hand over a long list of nameless. Good luck with your inquiries.
You can see me, and I shall hide. Indeed, I am Graph. Unfortunately, my wish power is...
I am Graphia. If you're giving away wish space, you should give them to me.
No, I am Graphia. Does this red armor not make it obvious?
I don't care which. One of you, come help me fight a Lord Ravager.
The Lord Ravager? To be honest, we are Graphia, but we're not Graphia.
Simply put, we are Imaginé born from people's imaginations of Graphia. As for me, I was sketched by a rather unskilled illustrator for a history textbook, which explains why I look a bit...
I am a wispy form from the concentrated longing for Graphia in plain arcade.
I am the armored goddess Graphia, from the 52-episode animated series, Apocalypse of Ashes, Mecha War. Care to witness my signature move? If you're looking for the real Graphia, I'd suggest you. I've seen countless Imaginé on the verge of exhausting their wish power, begging the mother of Imagenesis to extend their life. When it comes down to it, she's nothing more than a legend.
As I suspected, finding Graphia was never going to...
Besides us, there are plenty of ancient Imaginé living here, ones that have long...
If you're serious about finding Graphia, you should try asking them.
Graphia is still here in this hotel.
I sense more stray thoughts and disturbance in the water. Yes. The humans here call me Sudscour. A filthy name, but fitting for this frail and wretched fool. Are you here at the hot springs to wash away your stray thoughts? Or just to chat with the last Kappa of Ahatopia? Well, as you see, my kin have either been swallowed by the muddy currents or have fled into the canyon. Long, long ago, my people lived in every river and pond in Ahatopia. We tended the crops for the artists, and in return, they painted our descendants into existence. Lady Graphia is the one who guided all Imaginé. Her name shines like moonlight through my dimming memory. Back then, the demons from beyond swept in like a dark tide. The filth and flames they brought could turn even the clearest stream into a toxic swamp. We Kappa were weak and could only... She taught us how to use water to protect the displaced mortals and... Well, as long as the world in canvas exists, Lady Graphia must as well. There is a saying that if one who is weary of the world prays to her with true devotion, she will arrive on a ferry to lead them into the canvas. If you seek clues regarding Lady Graphia, you should visit the mountain behind the hope. There are atonement statues left by Imagine there, filled with their prayers. It is also the site of Graphia's former... Casper likes to wander around there. He is a strangeling far older than I. Perhaps if you play in the snow with him, he... That is all I can tell you. After all, I am just a stubborn old Kappa, trying to keep this one pool of water a little clean.
So, you're here looking for Graphia's whereabouts on behalf of that Intellitron executive. I think it's unlikely that the mother of Imagenesis will see her. Normally, I'd suggest you play that little snow puffball for info. That good luck with your inquiries line definitely had a subtext. But since you're asking for a bright... You must have heard that in a certain corner of the universe, there's a mysterious ritual that can summon historical figures to the present. The Holy Grail War! Oh, right! That was your big adventure in Penacony. Oh, how nice. I hope Plain Arcadia holds one too. Then I don't need to explain the method. First, we need a catalyst. Do you have Graphia's brush or palette? Doesn't look like it. No matter, Miss Cult has got you covered. We use ley line resonance. This hotel is built on Graphia's former home. It still has a connection to her. Wait, you aren't actually falling for this, are you? Sorry. I was just trying to lift the mood. Oh, honestly, I'm a chronic deadline misser who can barely save her own skin. How am I supposed to help you?
I've heard enough. Break time is over, Miss Nyla. Now that you understand your situation, stop wasting time. Start drawing!
I just checked in, and I have to work already? I'm not some fully automated painting Mechatron. You do know that, right?
A Mechatron can run for hundreds of hours straight. You cannot. That's exactly why every second counts. Now right this second, start increasing your value as a quality asset.
Hey, wait! This is kidnapping! Little raccoon, help me!
Nihilux has a point. If that Casper guy is a survivor from the Cinderth Age, maybe he really does know something. Anyway, I'll start by asking around here.
There's still a chance. I spent my whole life...
Casper? Are you there?
Nope. I'm not. You found me, current nameless. I knew you'd come to ask about Lady Gra- But if I tried too hard to remember things from such a long, long time ago, My soft, squishy head starts to throb. So much of my memory feels like it's shrouded in a blizzard, and I can't see anything clearly. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can help you. A snowball fight? The game, the name, it feels so familiar. It feels like I had snowball fights every single day a long time ago. Shaping the snow into balls and flinging them at whatever strange intruders came barging in. Well then, come at me, Nameless. I'm a snowball fight veteran. I won't lose. It's snowing! You'd better be good at dodging, Nameless! Things from the Cinderth Age are still up, but I definitely met Lady Graphia. I had snowball fights with her. She was a great painter who led us in snowball fights. She'd even paint portraits for everyone. Back then, when we wanted to see her, we'd go to her doorstep, light the ground lamps, and shout, "Snowball fight!" Then Lady Graphia would poke her head out of the window upstairs, unfurl the scroll, and whoosh! Slide right down into the snow. Then we'd have snowball fights against the Void Rangers together, under the giant moon. If we won, I got to swallow the Void Rangers whole. They were so crispy and tasty. There was someone else. Just thinking about them makes my blood boil. He was a snowball fight master. I remember one time, 8 of us teamed up to challenge him. But That guy knocked us all down with his snowballs like it was nothing. All from so far away. 6 of my friends were lying on the ground, feeling beat. Losing the game got everyone so down that no one uttered a word. As for me, I think I got hit right in the neck. I saw my own giant body thud onto the ground, and my chin felt ice cold.
8 people in the Phantasmoon games? Perhaps Snowball Fight is a euphemism for the Cinderth Age Wars? So in that round of the Phantasmoon games, Graphia must have fought a terrifyingly powerful opponent. It seems only she and Casper survived the fight.
I saw her once. Just once. By then, Ahatopia had already been transported into the canvas. It was so quiet and lonely. I couldn't find my other 6 friends, but I remembered where Lady Graphia lived. So, I went to her front door again, lit the ground lamps and shouted, "Snowball fight!" It felt like only a second had passed. Just the blink of an eye, yet somehow it also felt like forever. At last, I saw her drift out. She held me and cried, saying, "I'm sorry, and you've done well," over and over. It was just one lost game. We could have just won it back some other time, but that was the last I saw of her. Why are you saying that too? It's making me feel all strange. That's about all Casper can remember. If you're still up for fun and games, come find me for another snowball fight sometime.
So, to summarize, Casper likes to light the ground lamps and call for her near Graphia's old home. Now, where can I find those ground lamps? Even next to such a lively hot spring hotel, there's a seclude. These atonement statues all look like small animals. I should find a prominent spot. These 2 little lamps don't look reliable at all. Whatever. It's not like I have any other way.
Who dares disturb my 1,000-year slumber? Not only will I refuse to grant you 3 wishes, I shall also lock you in my canvas to suffer in my stead!
Thanks for the invite. I'm not quite dead yet, but I don't feel alive either. I'm testing the deadline. I've snuck out. This mountain path is so quiet and secluded. Ooh, what a great spot for a night stroll. Listening to the calming sound of the springs. Who knows? Maybe my inspiration will flow again like these waters. I was hoping to find some inspiration out here. With those two goons breathing down my neck, anyone would hit a complete creative block. Look at this old stone statue! Ooh, doesn't it look like Hemicat? I just reached the real versus fake Hemicat arc in my comic. Let me pay my respects. Maybe Graphia will bless me with enlightenment.
Miss Colt, when did you sneak out?
That was fast!
I let my guard down for just 1 second, and corporate asset, I mean Miss Colt, escaped. Now that's scary.
No way are you running away and taking our jobs with you. Good thing this kind lady spotted where you were headed. Otherwise, you might have slipped away for real.
Let's go. Back to the room to finish your work.
Come on, not again! Little raccoon! Help!
Being an artist sure is grueling. I remember being held in a room and watched by 6 or 7 people, too. I wasn't allowed to leave until I finished painting either. You're asking me? Weren't you the one searching so desperately for me? My name is Murata Graphia, guardian of the world in canvas. It is a pleasure to meet you, nameless of the Astral Express.
You're saying... you are Graphia? She really does look a lot like Himiko.
Child, you were the one who lit the ground lamps, were you not? If memory serves, that was the secret signal my old friends used to call for me. I simply answered the call, yet you doubt my identity. How strange. Let me think. I believe I know why you've come to find me. The arbitrator of the Phantasmoon Games asked you to tell me that our old enemy, the Demon Lord from Beyond, has returned. Am I correct? Since Ahatopia's in canvassing, Evanescia and I agreed to guard reality and the world in canvas separately, never to meet again. But over the past 1,000 years, I often hoped we might reunite in some way. Who would have thought, when word of her finally reached me again, there'd be no warm greetings, but instead only an impending crisis. You must have many questions. My, you certainly have a lot of questions. But before I enlighten, during the Cinderth Age, that demon lord from beyond once took the form of a friend to infiltrate the Resistance, causing catastrophic casualties. I must confirm your identity, Nameless. Do you carry a token from Evanescia? She painted a supplicant's mask for you. The secrets you seek are many and tangled. Perhaps I should start by telling you a story. 1,000 years ago, the legions of the demons from beyond descended upon Ahatopia, marking the beginning of the Cinderth Age. For the destruction, taking a life is easier than brushing aside a feather. Among the countless victims, a baby girl was saved by a painter from the brink of death. He took her in as his daughter and named her Graphia. To protect his daughter, the painter kept her confined to their home. While the fires of disaster swept across the land, Graphia lived in seclusion. Until one day, a falling star streaked across the dark sky, and a deafening roar shattered the silence of the wasteland. Unable to contain her curiosity, the young girl slipped out of the house to follow the sound. And so she saw it. Beneath the cold Phantos moon, a tower of infinity stood on the mountain range at the edge of the horizon. This tower had countless windows and rose section by section, slender and tall. More than an actual tower, it looked like a wounded iron dragon that had fallen to the earth. Indeed. That tower, which stood only for a moment, was the crashed Astral Express. And Graphia's family name, Murata, came from the wondrous sight she saw. At the time, the wrecked train was surrounded by countless abominable monsters. Amidst these foul enemies, a few warriors in strange attire fought tirelessly. But they fell, one by one, unable to withstand the endless tide of monsters. It was only much later that Graphia understood that those who fought and died for Ahatopia shared a common name. The Nameless, who walked the path of the Trailblaze. That was the day that Graphia stepped into the mortal world. Her life as the mother of Imogenesis began. In a long, drawn-out war, fought at a severe disadvantage. She was forced to seek the aid of the Phantos Moon Games, attempting to use the mighty power of an Aeonic ritual to lock the terrifying demon lord from beyond within a limited battlefield. This was also the first time in the history of the Phantos Moon Games that the 8 supplicants joined forces to confront a powerful enemy from beyond, the Lord Ravager, Asat Pramad. She lost. Graphia did not win the Phantos Moon Games, nor did she manage to kill Asat Pramad. In the final days of the Cinderth Age, she gathered every ounce of wish power to paint the world into a scroll. Using herself as a nail to steady the canvas, she sealed the Lord Ravager outside. Yes. As long as the scroll still enshrouds reality, he won't be able to lay a finger on the Leviathan's remains buried deep within Ahatopia. The story is over. I have received Evanesia's message. I also have a token I'd like you to give her. Please, let us journey together to the other side.
So, are we leaving right now?
No, there is no need to rush. You have a friend here who is lingering with a heart full of farewells.
You mean... Blade?
Follow this path down to the riverbank of Myriad Wish Grove. You'll find many Wispe gathered there. When you are ready, choose a Wispe. Whisper Graphia's name and your wish to cross over to the other shore. Then release the Wispe into the river. When the time comes, I will bring the ferry to deliver you into the canvas.
Graphia vanished. How elusive. Anyway, I should head to the riverbank of Myriad Wishgrove first.